Okay, guys, let's get this started. So, we all know that there's still like one more left of this game or something. The episode, I think, yeah, episode 5. So, yeah, let's do this. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. Yeah, but like, honestly, I don't really know. Is she like... Hold up. 1 second. Okay, sorry, there was... Ow! Okay, sorry, I hit my leg. What I was trying to say is there's like some bug at the top of my ceiling. Very disturbing. Anyways. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. Yes, they should. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Guy, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. Okay, thank you. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. Nope. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. You know, that won't be too hard. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. So at least we have her then. You know, it's better than nothing. Actually, still better than nothing. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Were we late? Edgeworth. Oh, this chair is so creaky. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since this trial. Oh my god, this chair. Wait. It's so creepy. I hope that personal feelings will not be part of the proceeding today, Mr. Wright. They definitely will. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Guys, I keep checking if I'm recording. I don't know why. Okay, I'm recording. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. There was? A professional witness. What does that mean? Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh my goodness. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The cough-up queen? Okay. Haven't I seen you somewhere? I don't know. You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ho ho, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. Okay, me neither, actually. I mean, no. I had fish eggs, but I think caviar is a bit more different. The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a fiesta bowl. Oh, thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please? Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? Oh my gosh, she's really trying to drive this court in a different direction. This is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. Always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Ew. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? I don't even want to know. Name, profession, now. Me, the name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I found myself running lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Well, you better finish. Because we don't got all day, girl. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm sorry, I'm so uncomfortable in this chair. And it's creaking. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? I know who you are. Cough up, Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. What? Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? Literally. If I might have the court's attention over here. You may. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Oh. Well, how did she know that they went to drive it out? Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Okay. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on the principle, Your Honor. What's crazy is, like, they're saying that they saw everything, so how am I supposed to defend that? It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Excuse me? Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can. Then give me your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? They better not. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Oh. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Okay. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? It feels like nothing. I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. I will. Well, let's see. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. Can I, ask her why? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. Exactly. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence of their whim, killing off the detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Ooh, Miss Star, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. laid off. She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I'm a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss R. But it kind of is biased. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. Who is he? This boyfriend. He's a detective? Not that boyfriend. The security guard. She has multiple. That boyfriend. You have several. Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Oh, care to join? Oh, girl. The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. Alright, I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. Oh, that's nasty. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. Okay. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Okay. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. Okay. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I don't know what that feels like, but I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. What? A young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. Then it must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Oh. So there's a lot of hostility in this courtroom today, oh my gosh. In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Okay. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. My question is... can I see the map, actually? I mean, I guess you would've... By Garish car, you mean... Mr. Edwards' car, yes. Mr. Edwards? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edwards. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. Okay. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Okay. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo. You are a biased witness. Exactly. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me? Well, I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. Okay. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Oh, a picture? A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. Oh. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. Ooh. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Okay. Uh-oh, this is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Okay. In her right hand. don't see a right hand. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. Like what? That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. What? And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? That's not her coat, though. But it's black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Oh. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? No. You got a better idea? Let me object. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed a crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's all? That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Oh my gosh. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? I don't know. I thought that was part of her uniform. If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Wow. Okay. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditation murder. A serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. Okay, let's see though. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. What? Okay, let's see here. Rubber gloves. I'm confused. Let's see. Date, time of death. Yeah, it's not really gonna help me out, is it? No prints. Okay, that makes it a little hard. Not a single print. Wait. What's this? This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Okay. So maybe not gonna be helpful. I'm confused. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? Okay. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Oh. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Okay. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Okay. I'm confused. Okay. She was on her way to deliver something to her boyfriend. Okay, let me... What can I present here? The gloves prove it. It was premeditated because the gloves prove it. That's weird, because I don't see blood on her gloves. Is this it? No. Well, okay. I'm very confused. The murder was... Okay. Also, I have a little brother in my house. He throws tantrums, so I don't know if you guys heard him, but I presented this knife, and yeah. Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. You do? That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. But how is it premeditated if she's using someone else's knife? The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Okay, what are these people talking about? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned the murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Right. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Ugh. Ah! We got you there, girl. Order, order, order. I hate when he keeps saying it. Like, do you want me to go order, order, order? Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Exactly. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Not yet. Oh, here we go. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. Why? What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not for such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. Well, the only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. Okay. That is the only thing the prosecution need to prove, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... Wearing what? I believe I'd like to hear testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Alright. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Again and again, yet it was probably once. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? Like, in any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Okay. Okay. But there was one part I wanted to look at. Nothing could, she said, and again. Let's see. Died with one knife wound. So why is she lying to our face? You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. I don't want your food with my moss surprise. Ew. I'm afraid that moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. But what do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What? What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. Oh my gosh, she's eating everything up. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Then what was it? Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us again what you saw that was blood. Testify. Oh, tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Come on, tell us. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. When we look at this picture, actually, okay. Her red muffler. Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. What? She's right. Oh, Miss Guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten. Yeah. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood in her chest. She wasn't even wearing a muffler. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. You know, I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Obviously. Okay, the muffler is... It does make sense, because she's not even wearing it here. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. Oh my god, let me speak! The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. Yeah. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself. With this photograph. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Okay, calm your temper. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. Okay, I'm the one who presented the evidence. What was my objection? Chopped liver? Like, hello? But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Actually, she's lying a lot. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs a victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Okay. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explaining her rights to her and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Wait, then where's the muffler? You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. Okay. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is kind of a snake. Don't bother me with the details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. I'm pretty sure everyone is, girl. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Okay. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Exactly, I will. Okay. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. So where is this partition on the floor plans? Oop, did not mean to press that. I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Can she even do that? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details? Sure. I'd like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. What? Amazing, the Cough Up Queen lunch lady athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gone to my sister that fast. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? I'm confused. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. How? She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her was saying the word muffler. Muffler! Don't cars have a muffler? Just that one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean... Oh my gosh, wait. By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you see. What? No, the court doesn't see Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Okay. The word muffler was overheard during... Yeah, but I think they're talking about the card. I saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Okay. Okay. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Aha! I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one more time, so listen close, rookies. Okay. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. Okay. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. And then I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Okay. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel's Star, resistance is futile. Wait. I'm confused. Let's see. No, I don't know if I want to examine it. If she has to use her cell phone, then why was it over there? Okay. Okay, this is really hard. Because I don't know what's going on. I saw it all, how she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell phone instead. Okay. Okay. I really don't know what that means. Let's see. She made to escape. Can you be more specific? She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight too. See, like a dollop of lard on a... What? Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the side. Oh, but it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So Miss Guy tried to run. I'm sorry, my sister is so suspicious, Miss Wright. Not as sorry as I am. But she didn't do it. You have to believe me. I don't get it. She mentioned the muffler. Like, why? I saw all how she tried the phone on the wall. Wait. Let me just resent this because I don't know what to do. Okay, no, apparently that was the stupidest decision ever. I don't know. I don't know. I'll get back to you guys when I know. Okay, guys, I think I might get it. How did she see it if there was a partition, right? Okay. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Star, this is fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. What? Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed a crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. Exactly. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? What? 'Cause girl, you're lying to my face. Order, what is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies. Grr. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told the court. Okay. The witness lied about what she saw. She lied about what she saw. She lied about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. It does seem hard to imagine how she could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? Cat got your lunchbox? Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would Miss Star lie like that? Huh? Why would she say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed? It doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant? Oh, dang, she's right. I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see no room for doubt here. Okay. You ordered the patooey on the rice, right? I'm confused! Like, this is pissing me off. I only have one life left. Okay. Oh, one more try. Okay. She lied about where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed a crime from a different location. Oh, a different location. Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. But no. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsman, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? Let me save my game before you ask me that question. All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Star witnessed this crime was... security room? Maybe. But it could have been... I think she saw it from security room. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Does she have a boyfriend? Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star? Oh. Well, we kind of got her there. How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star. But don't let it happen again, girl. Oh my god. Sorry, this chair is like creaking and so annoying. Order, witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty, she's talking about Miss Sky. Oh, Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh. She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. But no. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She didn't risk that without a good reason. Oh. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Look, you're gonna save my game because what do you mean? I don't know what to tell you right now. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Okay. Miss Starr witnessed a crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What could change? Probably... this Instagram. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed a crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness, yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? No. The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with my fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed a crime from the glass-walled station. Okay. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. So how'd you get it? Oh, she was running all over here. I doubt that. I really do. That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking in B block. That's quite a detour. Really. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. That's a lot. 5 minutes? Okay. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. It's not. Would you like another caviar lunch? How much has he eaten so far? Probably 2. So this is 3rd. How is he still hungry? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? I don't know, do I? I have to raise an objection. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. Okay. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with your 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah. Okay. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go? Fortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. It was, because I was about to die. I'm afraid that the Coffee Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Thank you. Excuse me? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? What is happening? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What? What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! You do not need. Out of defense to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. You just wanted that lunch. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What you going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Oh my god, she needs to stop talking. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? What? 2 types of blood were found on his shoe. One, of course, was the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Oh. What? There was blood found on the shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Like, she's really pissing me off. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. 3. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. No, oh, yeah, girl, you got him there. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. I tried. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. Okay. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I don't want to. I really don't want to. Well, let's save our progress right here, shall we? I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. You should have. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. But it does. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. This when the suspect is admitting she did it. I don't know if that was properly written, but what did I just read? The false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. Honestly. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? Like, why are we talking about the shoe? And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe is my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. Okay, I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to actually... Wait. I want to look at that shoe. Maybe we can figure something out inside the shoe. Okay. This blood, it's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Okay. Ah, there's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe? It's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. It might. I'm just looking around this whole shoe because you never know. Okay. So you brought it to the forensics department? If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, that man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman? As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. Okay. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. I feel like it can. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well... Blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. I feel like you can, though. That's just a figure of speech, Miss Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skye's. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. Okay. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. But how? I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Maybe. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Probably. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What's contradicting about the shoe? Probably the fact that it's a shoe. Shows the problem with the evidence. Probably... Woo! I didn't mean to press that. Is here. Where? Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually mean to do that. And you can do this all you want. Okay, we can always redo this. We can always redo this. Because how dare they? I don't really know what's wrong with the shoe. I'm sorry. What's wrong with the shoe is that he stepped on his own blood. I don't know. I wonder if you noticed there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or to be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. But would it go under his shoe? What could possibly contradict you about blood on the bottom of his shoe? Probably that. Let's see. Loss of blood from chest wound. Wound was caused. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know if I'm honest, but maybe we can see from this photo. Is that there wasn't blood. Was there even blood on the floor? The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any blood footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. What? That contradicts your claim about this shoe. Oh, come on. This picture only shows part of the floor. So there could have been bloody footprints. Then why aren't they there now? Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Exactly. Like, hello. Order, order, order. Well, witness? What, huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. Yeah, honestly. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Oh no. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. Our predator, this one. Okay. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? I don't. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? To get rid of the blood. Aha! You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What? That's crazy. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. No, it doesn't. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. I'm confused. Didn't she say she'd cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? No, actually, what can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor? Very well. Oh no, I think we lost. But Angel Star is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. Maybe. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Don't... Can we object? Is it her again? Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister had evidence by erasing the bloody footsteps. Well... I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox? A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. Oh my gosh, the time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. I don't think he can make those rules! This pisses me off because why is he allowed to make rules like this? Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. Oh my gosh, she just has so much stuff that she's not showing us. A photograph? I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. But Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo. I can't. Hey, it's clearly wet. I actually can't see a single thing. Oh. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, Mia. I don't know why we're giving up like this. I mean, there must be something. Oh my gosh. This is one thing I'm gonna say about the game. Why are we constantly being saved by other people? Like, is Wright not able to do things on his own? Like, that's what I don't get. I hate when games are like, you have somebody who's like basically telling you what to do. Right, wet or not, blood would still be there. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Yeah, honestly, if you throw water on blood, there's still blood. Get yourself up the asphalt, take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, the time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Well, no. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence, whatever. So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Oh, this is really getting crazy. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. What's that? The problem is whatever this is. How about that? problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor. You just said a muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf in any kind of in this photograph. A muffler is also part of a car or a motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see, and I see. So what's in there? What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Probably the muffler you heard? Nothing, absolutely nothing. No, it has a lot. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. Because she said muffler. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court? Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Okay. Muffler. Ugh! Yarg! Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh. Like, girl, you don't need to be doing all that. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed. Yes, I suppose so. Woo. That was close. But we made it. At least for now. I'm confused, because it seems like she really is the murderer. This court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry? Like, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I can't really judge. Okay, guys, that was so long. Like, I was wondering when this was gonna end. Oh my gosh. But you know, I'm kind of happy it's like long because I feel like it's kind of like a DLC, but not. So yeah. And this has been an hour and like 13 minutes basically. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a lot. It was definitely a lot. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And we're probably going to be doing an investigation, I think. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.